right, guys, welcome back to Downtown Rams. As always, I'm your host, Alexis Kraft, joined here with my co-host, Jake Ellenbogen, and we are continuing our 2022 NFL Draft Prospect interviews. And joining us on the show right now, we have Ryan Stonehouse, punter from Colorado State. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. We're excited to talk with you and just diving right into it. Ryan, just want to know when you started playing football, and also when did it hit you that you could also be playing football in the NFL one day?
Yeah, so kind of my family's been involved in punting for a while. My dad played at Stanford, and his brother played at USC back in the late 80s, early 90s. And kind of basically they coached me, and my dad coached me, and he coached other prospects like Chris Cluey and coached my uncle Jeff Banks. He's the special teams coordinator at Texas right now, and kind of just been in the family. So when I went to Mater Dei, I went for baseball, and the first thing I did was, tell my dad I didn't really want to play football, but I wound up trying out anyway, and kind of just slowly, freshman on a Frost team, and went to JV, played JV my sophomore and junior year, and played varsity 1 year with JT being there, and only had 22 punts, and kind of it was a small number, but I mean, yeah, it was good. So.
Well, growing up watching football, who are some of your favorite players to watch?
Yeah, so I didn't really watch a ton in the NFL, but I was a Stanford fan for obvious reasons. Toby Gerhart was when I was watching them, he was a solid dude. Surprised he didn't make it farther in the league, but yeah, and honestly watched McCaffrey when he was at Stanford, and yeah, so a couple of those guys.
Absolutely. And now, looking at Colorado State, what guided you to decide to play there?
Yeah, so Mike Bobo kind of basically got me there. Honestly, so I didn't sign on signing day. I had a couple offers from Cal and Illinois later. I had Wyoming and about a handful others before, but I just didn't really love those schools and wanted to take more visits, and kind of the opportunity to start right away and get a scholarship is kind of what Colorado State offered. Not that it was necessarily given to me, but it was pretty much the best situation for me to go in and start. So that's honestly why I chose Colorado State.
Yeah, and for incoming recruits who might be interested at playing football at Colorado State, how would you pitch the school and the football program to them?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, the town speaks for itself. It's a great area, one of the best places to live in the country, and I think that our coaching staff now, the new staff that came on, Jay Norvell, is going to do a great job here. The facilities are better than some Power 5 schools, and I think that this athletic organization, kind of from top to bottom, from the president of the school down, I think that they really do care about football. And I think they show that from a financial point where they put money into the program, put money into the facilities, built a new stadium. I've only played in the new stadium, never played in the old one. And yeah, so I think that it's a great school to go to. I think that, we need to get back on the winning end of things, but I think that, overall the town, the area, the people, it's a great place.
Now, as a punter, you've probably seen plenty of, crazy athletes, crazy competition that you've gone up against. Is there one guy that stands out to you that was the toughest guy you faced?
Throughout my college career or just in general?
Throughout your college career.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really stood out. I mean, I think Torrey Taylor, when I played Iowa, I know he didn't have the best game against us, but he's going to be a stud. But honestly, the talent in the Mountain West hasn't been very great the last couple years that I've been there. I punted against J.K. Scott, his senior at Alabama. I thought he was a really good punter. Let's see. In game, that's pretty much all I could mention on it off the top of my head. But I mean, guys like Jordan Stout, me and Jordan trained together. Camarda and Jake Gillian from Eastern Michigan, we all trained together, and those kids are studs. Never played against any one of them, but I mean, I train with them, every other week, and they're really good punters.
Yeah, and looking, at the games that you played throughout your college career, do you have a favorite game?
Hmm. Uh, honestly, yeah, I really can't. I mean, when we beat Arkansas at home, that was big. That was a pretty cool game to be a part of. That was probably the best game I think I've been a part of.
Now, in your opinion, as a punter, what would you say is the most important trait to have?
I think you can go a couple ways with this. I personally, what I feel is leg speed. I think that having leg speed is something you can develop. It's something you can get better at. It's something that you know you're not just stuck with. A lot of people say, well, the best thing you could probably have is size. But in my opinion, I think the best thing you could have is as something to be able to improve your game is the leg speed factor. I mean, guys with the fastest leg tend to stick around the longest. Um, but yeah, I think that there's in that aspect. I think if you want talking about other aspects, I think if you can match your hang time and distance together, where you have a 50-yard punt 5-0, guys that can do that are next level punters.
What would you say is your biggest strength as a player?
Yeah, my biggest strength for sure is my power. I've always been an explosive athlete, whether it's baseball, whether it's other sports. My A ball is probably the best A ball in the class. Just from a standpoint of distance and hang time. Um, but I think that's probably my biggest strength is that you know teams that are looking to get out of backed up situations or needing the long ball, which some of these vets can't do anymore. I think that's where I think excel at and bring kind of a niche.
Now, what's one area of your game you're looking to improve upon the most going into the NFL?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, my inside the 20 punts in college, I was definitely a lot more greedy with those. Some of the feedback I've been getting is that everyone wants it on the 10. That's kind of the number that everyone shoots for. Um, And so that's definitely a piece of my game that I'd really like to improve on. I actually don't think it's that hard to improve on. I think that it can be really easily done. It's just, you giving up some of those gross net yardage to kind of get your team on the 10. I also think that my hang time from practice to games can, be better. I think last year I showed that great. I think I finished, top 4 or 5 in hang time average, maybe even 4. Um, and I've never been that high before in my whole career. That kind of shows that I've been increasing. But yeah, I mean, I hit probably, like I said, probably one of the highest hang time balls in this class. But translating that from a practice perspective to a game is definitely what I want to bring. So
And, if you were called upon to do so, would you be able to run a fake punt, whether it be a pass or run in the NFL?
oh yeah, for sure. I didn't run my 40 at Colorado State, but I run in the 4.5s. I mean, we threw a pass for I don't know, first down 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was. I don't know why we didn't run more fakes, Colorado State. I think we just didn't really focus on it as much. But yeah, no, that's kind of like the thing too is I can throw. I've been, like I said, I played baseball pretty much my whole life. I got big enough hands to throw. Not Kenny Pickett. So, but yeah. So I don't know. I think I could do it for sure.
You said 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm in the 4.5s.
That's crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. It. I would love to run. It's cool, but problem is you got so much workouts coming up and stuff, and you can't risk a hamstring for to show that. I mean, if you could do it, you could do it. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah. No, I mean I totally agree with you, and I mean that's literally that is like your life right now, like
yeah, yeah,
that's your career. So I totally understand that. Now kind of pivoting here since we are a Ram centric podcast in the during the season, I want to ask you if you've spoken to the Los Angeles Rams who did let their prize punter Johnny Hecker walk. And they did sign Riley Dixon, but Alexis and I
yeah.
aren't here thinking that Riley Dixon is 100% guaranteed to be the Rams punter in
Yeah, so I
2025.
actually worked out with the Rams a week ago in LA.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, so I mean it's a good fit. Joe D is really good friends with my uncle. Actually, just spoke at the clinic he was just at Texas. Springer is Jeff's prodigy. I played for Jeff at UTEP. Went with him to Texas A&M. Was an assistant under Jeff at A&M, and then got a job with someone at Arizona before taking this job, or after taking this job. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing is, like, I think it's a great fit. I would love to go to the Rams. I think it'd be a great place. It's my hometown. Warren Jackson's there. I played with Warren.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it'd be sweet.
Well, we love to hear that. That's very exciting, because we're Rams fans. But, just to close this out, in your own words, who is Ryan Stonehouse as a person and who is he as a player?
Yeah, so as a person, I'm pretty outgoing. I try to do a lot of hobbies. I love building. I love construction. That's like kind of one of my main hobbies. I wish I did it in school. I don't know why. But yeah, so I majored in criminal justice. I think that just interests me. I like stuff that is interesting and new to me. No, I go snowboarding a lot. But yeah, right now I've been kind of busy with this, but usually my off season looks a little different. For sure, I try to occupy myself as best I can. Honestly, as a player, I'm a competitor. I consider myself like an ultimate competitor. I mean, I don't really like to lose as a personal level and as a team level. That's kind of carried myself, throughout my whole career. I've always been kind of undersized, I guess, in a way, to per some standards of people. But honestly, that's, like I said, that's kind of been my saving grace. I think that that as a player, I get that chip that not many people get to have. A lot of people that are good growing up and throughout their whole career, they're told how good they are. And I like I said, I've had I've had success, but still, you still have people that doubt you. So I think as a player, I definitely use that.
Well, that's awesome, and I could definitely see the competitive nature in you, because when we were talking about different things in your game, you're like, yeah, I know I'm the best at this, and I mean, it's great to to have that confidence, because I mean, so many times you'll hear be like, yeah, there's a lot of no, you're like, I know I'm really good at this, and this is what I'll be able to do, and I mean,
Yeah,
I remember watching that 81-yard punt that you had. I forget who it was against, but
no, Vanderbilt.
that was nuts.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, competition. This is a business, Just like if I were to go to the Rams, I'd be competing against Riley, and Riley's a great punter. But yeah, I mean, it's you can't take second to anybody really if you're trying to make it, And like I said, I train with all those guys: Jordan, Jake, Jillian, Camarda, and stuff like that. And I have the utmost respect for every one of them. Any one of them can beat me on any given day. But yeah, I mean, I think that competition brings out the best in people, and I think we have like a mutual respect for that. So we all think we're the best. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Iron sharpens iron. I definitely hear
Yep.
you there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, to close, so that was closing out the football part of this interview. We end on a couple questions because I'm very nosy and I like recommendations.
Yeah, go for it.
And I have 3 questions. So, if you could recommend me a TV show,
Okay, that's easy.
an album, and a snack, because I'm very into snacks, especially when I'm watching TV shows.
Okay. Well, TV show, I'd say Yellowstone. I absolutely love Yellowstone. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's fantastic. I mean, from this last season was okay, but they're coming out with another season. I think it's gonna be even better. Album. What was J. Cole's last album with the Flame and the Hoop? That was a good album. I thought that was a great album. Um,
I have it. I'll look it up while you're saying
I
it.
forget the name of it. Me and my buddy just saw him in concert in Denver. Do that tour. I can't even remember the name of the album.
The
And
Off Season.
Snack.
The album's
I don't know.
called The Off Season.
Yeah, the off season. There you go.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, snack. I've been on a munchies kick. I don't know if you like munchies or not, but
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
been a kick of mine.
That's a good one.
Munchies are good. Those, when I was in high school and I could eat whatever I wanted all the time because I, wouldn't gain weight, and I played soccer through
Oh, there you go.
college, which definitely helped. On the weekends, me and my friends would get the cheddar munchies, and we would eat
Okay.
that while drinking sweet tea.
Yeah,
Just
that sounds great.
it was great. terrible for us, but it was okay because we were young and our bodies could handle it. Not sure that I would do that now. I'd probably choose one or the other. But all great recommendations. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
yeah,
coming on the
absolutely.
show. We're very, very excited. We really hope you end up on the Rams, but we're going to be fans no matter where you go, as we are with everyone who comes on the show.
Well, I
We
appreciate
know
that.
and we know it's a busy time, so we appreciate you taking the time to come chat with us. So,
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, for sure. Stay healthy. Draft's
Yeah,
almost here.
we'll do. We'll do.
Yeah, let's keep in touch. Maybe we'll have you back on, depending
Yeah,
on
yeah,
where
for
you end up
sure. I'd
going.
love to be on.